metals. And these toxins, they are fat soluble. They have a half duration time of 25 years. And in this study, about 120 people participated, and blood tests were taken before and after. And it was shown that after 12 days of Panchakarma treatment, these environmental toxins that usually stay 25 years, they were reduced by 58%. And these environmental toxins are correlated to cancer, hormonal diseases, and many other problems. So this shows one of the explanations why many diseases are treated successfully simultaneously with the Panchakarma treatment. And even the fat soluble, the biological age is reduced when people do Panchakarma, about 4 years younger. And when people practice, in addition, Transcendental Meditation, the age is even reduced more significantly. We know from Ayurveda, from the ancient scriptures and our teachers, that Ayurveda considers the root cause of disease, pragya parat, the mistaken intellect. That means our intellect makes the mistake that we always identify with the outer world, with the objects of perception, and that what we are really inside, Atma, pure consciousness, bliss consciousness, unbounded consciousness, is lost. So the connection to the inner self is lost. We identify with the outer world. This is called pragya parat, and that is the root cause of all diseases. And Mahashi Mahesh Yogi saw that one of the most important pillars of Ayurveda is the experience of the self, to be established in the self. We know from the definitions of Ayurveda. And we are practicing, we are teaching here from the Vedic tradition, as we have learned from Mahashi and his master, Brahmananda Saraswati, Jagat Guru Bhagwan, Shankaracharya of Jyotirmat, and the ancient Vedic tradition of Vedic masters, starting from Lord Narayana, Vashishta, Vedavyas, the Shankaracharya tradition. We teach the Transcendental Meditation. It's a very simple, innocent technique. It's practiced twice a day for 20 minutes. We are sitting comfortably in a chair, close the eyes, and within a few minutes, we experience a state of inner unbounded calmness. And there are many research studies. It shows in this meta-analysis that the respiration rate and the skin resistance and the blood values, they indicate a rest that is about twice as deep as during sleep. The intelligence is growing when people start practice Transcendental Meditation. Many health issues today come because of anxiety or fear. And we know it's commonly known that relaxation techniques help to reduce fear. And this is a meta-analysis comparing or taking into account 146 studies worldwide done on relaxation techniques and the reduction of anxiety. And as you can see in the blue bar, Transcendental Meditation is more than twice effective as other relaxation techniques like progressive muscle relaxation or biofeedback or common mantra meditation. This study was conducted and organized by the American Heart Association. High blood pressure is a big problem in the Western countries. That cause number one. And the National Institute of Health gave a grant of $5 million to the Heart Doctors Association. And they were taking the people who have most severe problems with heart blood pressure, Afro-Americans above 50 years who have been having high blood pressure for more than 10 years. And they have been offered a change in diet, progressive muscle relaxation, and Transcendental Meditation. And as you can see on this chart, the TM technique was more effective than the combination of diet and exercise, and 4 times more effective than the progressive muscle relaxation. Because of this study, the Mahashi University in America, International University, got more than $20 million of grant to do more research on heart diseases and transcendental meditation. And if we had more time, I would like to show you all the research. It's not possible today, but it was very convincing how effective this technique is to reduce heart problems. Now, this study was done by the biggest health insurance company in America, Blue Shield Blue Cross. They have 500,000 members, out of which about 2,000 practice transcendental meditation. And they have reviewed the costs in the different disease categories for a duration of 5 years. So a very big study. And they found that the costs for treating heart diseases went down 87%. The costs for cancer treatment went down 56%. And nervous disorders even were reduced by 94%. So on average, the savings of the health insurance for people who just close their eyes twice a day and practice TM was about 50%. And there are about 6 more health insurances that have done studies around the world with similar results, like this Canadian health insurance. It shows when people start to practice TM, you see here the blue line, for every year, the costs for treating diseases is going down. We will give you a website later where you can look at all the research. There are 7 volumes of scientific research, collected papers that show these studies that were conducted in about 250 independent universities and medical schools in 33 countries during the past 50 years. So transcendental meditation is really something that I would also recommend to the Vaidyas to learn. We will be offering a course with Ashtavaidya Ravi Mosji. And he asked me also, Ashtavaidya ji, to talk about the quality. You see, when you have 70% repeats or recommendations, it speaks for the quality that we offer. And when we look, why is quality awareness important? When people come back or when people go to the competition, it's 15% they have a better product, or 15% they're cheaper, or they didn't get enough individual attentions. That is what 20% said. But dissatisfaction with the service is 45% the reason for people to not come back where they got the services. And when you think to run a clinic, there is a chain of operations. So you start with marketing, sales, receiving the people, then they check in the room, then they have the Vaidya consultation, then they have the treatments, then they evaluate the food, then they evaluate the lectures, then the payment, then when they go home, and then after sales and marketing again. This is kind of a chain. And as we know, in Germany, we have a proverb, we say, the chain is only as strong as the weakest link. And we know there are 4 different kinds of service quality. So the lowest level is the basic quality. That has to be okay, you know, that it's clean. And then the next level is the expected quality. The expected quality is what the clients expect. A special service, Pakancha Kama, is very labor intensive, so it's costly. And then if you can give them desired quality, that is really what makes the people happy. And what is most rewarding in the terms of service quality is the surprise quality, when you really can surprise the people with something. And we have to evaluate, when we consider how to improve the service qualities of an Ayurvedic facility, of a clinic, then we must analyze all the different chains of services. And then we look with a team of people where are we in these chains? Do we offer only basic quality or desired quality? And then we have to think and develop approaches how to reach a higher level of service quality. So we are offering seminars on that if you're interested. Also, I have a company which is consulting those who want to study, to establish a high quality Ayurveda center, Mahashi Ayurveda center. So we help with the project development, with the architectural concept. Ideally, the building should be fit to Vastu Vidya. Then we have detailed knowledge about equipment and furniture, about the investment necessary. We can help with feasibility cooperations, with marketing, with software. So you will see my website later on if somebody is interested. And service quality is also one of the areas where we are consulting. Now I have mentioned the Mahashi International Foundation, Ayurveda Foundation in the Netherlands, which has under the guidance of Mahashi Mahesh Yogi and foremost Vaidyas, and that includes also family of Ashtavaidya Mose and Ashtavaidya Nambi was participating, developed very beautiful courses. And we would like to offer to all of you, and we have affiliate teachers in Kerala, the simple but very effective technique of Transcendental Meditation. It can be learned within 5-6 days, 2 hours a day. And then if there is interest from your side, we offer also courses on Mahashi's principles of Ayurveda, which is consciousness-based. Professor Dr. Tony Neder, MD, PhD, who is Mahashi's successor, he made a discovery under Mahashi's guidance about the relation between the Veda and the Vedic literature and the human physiology. And this is a very fascinating course. Then also Mahashi has revived with the family traditions of India and structured very systematic courses of Nadi Vigyan, pulse diagnosis. I have traveled about 20 Ayurveda colleges and universities in India, and most of them don't teach pulse diagnosis, or if they do, only the surface pulse. But with Mahashi Nadi Vigyan, you learn in a short time very systematically how to feel the doshas, not only but the sub-doshas, the dhatus, and many more deep principles in the pulse to detect diseases in the early stages before they manifest. As Vaidyas, you all know about the 6 stages of disease. And with the pulse diagnosis, once you know properly, you can detect the diseases much before they actually manifest. Then also Mahashi's organization has revived Mama therapy. It's very soft, very gentle, very profound. And also Mahashi has established very high quality products. We have about 800 products that we can utilize here for our patients. And they're all produced according to many standards like ISO, GMT, and all the Ayush recommended requirements for safety in the products. This is very important, that the products are absolutely pure and authentic. So we could also offer some online lessons for you for a few days that you get an overview about this. This is just a chart that shows you, it's called the constitution of the universe, how the different parts of the Veda, Sama Veda, Yaksha Veda, Atharva Veda, Shiksha, Kalp, Vyakaran, Jyotish, Chand, Nirukt, how they are all connected to each other and where they have their representation in the consciousness. And when we know that a disease means that some part of the intelligence of the body is not functioning properly anymore, that means that the intelligence of the body is disturbed. And by listening to the appropriate sounds, the Vedic mantras, and Mahashi has developed a program with Professor Dr. Tony Neder about this, it's called Vedic sound therapy. By listening to the sound to that part of the body which is weak, the intelligence can be enlivened and cure is seen in many, many cases. I had the good fortune to work for some time and also over years again and again closely with His Holiness Mahashi Mahesh Yogi. And I've written a book, The Blessings of Mahashi, the wonderful story of my life, which is an autobiography. It's available in German and in English language. And people are very fascinated to see how Mahashi worked and get some insight in his activities and organization. So when you go to my website, you will get, there are about 50 sample pages in the table of content where you can read. These are here some related websites. The first one is the International Mahashi Ayurveda Foundation in the Netherlands. Then the clinic in Bad Ems, ayurveda-badems.com. And my personal website, where you hear about all the activities, including the Foundation for the Promotion of Vedic Culture, can all be seen from my personal website. I know that I have given a lot of information in just less than 30 minutes, but this is the time I was given. I hope you could follow me, and I would be very happy to answer questions that you may have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Am I audible? Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Pink. And if you have any doubts regarding this, please do not hesitate to ask the questions. And we got the next speaker also available. So basically, you are also mentioning.
Sir, can I have one question, please? Hello.
Yes, doctor, please.
Start and will be do the meditation.
Hello.
Yes,
if you
doctor,
have any
proceed.
question, please raise the hand, or you can ask it.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, doctor, you can proceed.
Sir, I just, this is Dr. Sharad. Actually, I want to ask about, there are too many research we have conducted, right?
I couldn't understand the
There are
question.
too many, there are too many research you have mentioned in your PPT, right?
Yeah.
And most of the time you have used the p value, which is, my question is concerning about the p value you have mentioned over there. That is, sometimes you have used p 0.0004, right?
Yeah.
But when we apply 0.004, that means you have using 0.05 as a standard value for significance.
Yeah,
right?
I have.
If it is less than, it is less. Yeah, if it is less than 0.5, then it will not be significant. So most of the research you have mentioned that values.
Yeah, you see the p-value, for example, with the study from the Health Insurance Blue Shield Blue Cross in America, has a p-value of 0.0001. That means the possibility of some statistical mistake is less than 1 in 1 to 10,000. And as per German,
because I saw it is everywhere.
No, it's not everywhere.
You have mentioned it. Yeah, when you are using 0.05, that means the standard p-value is 0.05. Okay, and when we use 0.02, then the standard value is 0.05.
Yeah.
And one more questions I have. You have in your chain, you have mentioned a cell. You have mentioned a sale, and after some chain regulations, you have mentioned a price also.
I don't understand acoustically what you're saying.
There is one chain in administration. You have mentioned one chain in administration, so that is sale, and lot of things you have mentioned in our consultation for doctors and continuations. And
Yeah.
after that, after some time you mention a price also. So how you will relate that sale and price? How you will be differentiated in that? What are the sales for you, your hospital or whatever it is, and what are the price for that?
Yeah, the price varies.
This question is related to administration.
Yeah, I don't understand what is your question. You want to know how much we charge per treatment, or?
Because I saw in that one slide in there.
Yeah, I remember. I know what slide you mean, but I don't understand your question.
Because sale is what what type of sale you are doing over there. Because in very first line you have mentioned a sale.
Yeah.
You are selling something.
Yeah. Okay, now I understand. Yeah. Okay. So we have different approaches of marketing and sales. You know, at the website, the advertisement, the brochures. You know, so when the people see the website, they get an idea about the quality of the website, and then they're related to the quality of the services that you have. When they get a brochure, how nicely it's printed, how nicely it's laid out. So for every step in the chain of operation, quality can be measured. Do you understand? Do you understand?
I think, I don't know whether he's there or not. I think if you have any question, you can just ask in the chat box, and maybe we can get him in connection later and ask the questions if it is very specific to that point.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I believe that you may have another appointment in coming few minutes, so maybe you can, you know. And once again, we are very much thankful to your presentation. And I think we can go to the next person, who's Ms. Claudia Wagner. So
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for being with us.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Mulk, and maybe we can go to the next person. Welcome, Claudia Wagner, and she's the managing director of the Fit Reason, is one of the #1 organizer of health wellness trips to India and Sri Lanka from 1993, if I'm correct, or maybe more than 30 years you are in this field. And she's and her company arranged Ayurvedic health tourism in India and Sri Lanka, as well as other countries in Asia as well, and European health destinations. And in a holistic health wellness offer is such a detox, fasting, fango, and including traditional Chinese medicine, if I'm correct. So she's very much in making the tour packages, health tourism, and promote. She's working in this field for the last 30 years, and especially connected with Sri Lanka and Asian countries, and including India. So yeah, I don't know if I'm missing anything, and she has plenty of experience in this field. So we are very much happy to have you here, Claudia, and thank you for a lot of work also to introduce you to this program. Then we are welcoming you, and you can deliver the speech. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much, Mr. Most. It's a pleasure to be here. Good afternoon to everyone. And I would like to show you my presentation. I will divide the just a moment. You see it? Can you see it now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, just a moment, please.
Yeah, I think so. Is it? Dr. Smita Joji, ഇത് കാണാനുണ്ടോ ഇല്ലല്ലേ? എന്റെ സ്ക്രീനിൽ എന്തോ പ്രോബ്ലം?
Yes, it was. There one slide was. Yes, one slide was visible by raising.
Yeah, sorry for that. I mean, I didn't see that.
Okay, no.
Is she
Doctor,
back?
I think we can let the
Yeah,
participants
it is
can ask
visible.
the questions in their own language.
Yeah, we can ask through email.
Nee, is net geteilt.
Yes, it's visible. It's visible,
Oh,
Claudia.
just a moment. I'm right here. I have help from my colleague.
No, it is visible. We can see that.
It's visible now.
No,
Not visible. Let me check. Yeah.
no, not visible. Sorry.
We try again. Sorry. It's now visible.
Yes, yes, yes. Now it is.
Now it's
visible.
visible. Okay. Thank you very much. No, good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here and to give some points of view about the current trend and future in Ayurveda tourism. To myself, I'm Claudia Wagner. I'm a managing director of Fitreisen for more than 35 years. And Fitreisen is a tour operator specialized in health, detox, thermal tourism, well-being. And nearly 30 years ago, we started with Ayurveda tourism. And we didn't expect it that Ayurveda gets such a big success in the last 30 years, especially in the last 15 years or in the last 10 years. Ayurveda is increasing and people realized what Ayurveda have for benefits when people go for Ayurveda treatments to India. The Fitreisen always have had holistic philosophy. You see some points. What I have here on the chart is Ayurvedic health, nutrition is important, mental health, traditional Ayurveda cure, healing power of naturopathy. Also, we have in Europe, we have European naturopathy like Kneipp and some other very important treatments. Because Central Europe was always health-minded and people are looking for nature medicine. We have a request for yoga therapies, fitness, detox slimming, and of course, prevention and regeneration. So the people are coming when they are in a younger age because they would like to do something for their health as a prevention, not only the people who have the diseases and they ask for regeneration. At the moment, we have produced for 2022 several catalogs. I have here 2 catalogs. It's in German language. It's a main catalog. It's called in Germany Gesundheit and Wellness. It means health and well-being. And we have a special edition only for Ayurveda and yoga. And this catalog we produced since 5 years because Ayurveda and yoga is such a big chain in our company, especially in the last 10 years. So it was always increasing. And now we see at the moment, we have so many requests for Ayurveda, not only in Europe, also for India and of course for other countries in Asia like Sri Lanka. The Ayurveda and the topics are Ayurveda and yoga. This is a demand, what people are looking for. I just mentioned some interesting words because, you know, we have a lot of technique and we are very well connected with all the distribution systems because we are tour operator. We provide health, well-being, Ayurveda, and we can look for the right people who are asking for these themes, who are asking for this type of holidays. And these are the words what we have found out also via Google or a search engine, what the people are looking for. Ayurveda yoga, of course, healthy nutrition, detox, fasting, weight management. Fasting, of course, is a little bit specialized in Europe because we have some very interesting fasting treatments. It belongs to our history that in the months of January, February, before Easter in the Christian world, that the people are going for a fast. Then well-being, relaxation, beauty, pure nature experience. Then new is mental health, emotional healing. That's what we feel that's coming more and more in the last year. Or maybe since we see what's going on with this COVID rules and with all this regulation and lockdown, though the people feel that they need something also for the emotional situation. and of course the treatments for health prevention and for post-COVID or during COVID. And for all these packages, what we will provide, we also look for the vital components. And this is, for example, from my opinion, very important is a healthy nutrition. So Ayurveda provide, in my opinion, a very healthy nutrition. Then it belongs also the movement, yoga, walking, fitness, something where you can move the body, because we know when we don't move the body, it's also a big reason to get ill if you don't do it in a long term. Then relaxation, like meditation, different relaxation techniques, like breathing exercise. Then the mental health, what I talked before, and many therapies, they are on the market for mental health. And I think it's becoming more and more also for emotional healing, emotional code, though there is a request for people who are looking also for this kind of treatment. And all the treatments they are looking for with natural remedies and with pure nature experience. That means also wellness in and with the nature. And the energy treatments like spiritual healing, energy medicine, alternative medicine. These are the vital components we found out that we have to put this in special packages. Because the time is in motion. Currently, we have affinity to wellness and healthcare, but we also have the insecurity, especially now in COVID times. Nobody knows when this COVID time will be over, or when this virus will be over, or when this virus will be a normal virus like a flu virus. Then we know that the best agers nowadays are experts in traveling, because most of the guests who are going for Ayurveda at the moment are, of course, the best agers, because the best agers, they realize that they have to do something for their self, because to stay in a healthy, that they stay long-term healthy and fit. Then the fear of sickness, especially with COVID. Then the urbanization and the globalization, and then the number of best agers at the moment are increasing in the Western world. And the demand on the other side is natural healing, is sustainability, is detox, it's anti-stress well-being, it's also a demand of variety. It's a nature experience and self-optimization coaching. And healthy living is a new status symbol. So we have, the request is support or improve health during vacation with enjoyment, pleasure, and happiness. And stress management, life coaching, because the diseases of today and tomorrow are the results of an individual lifestyle, and more use, maintenance, development of health potential. This is also something what now people realized. And maybe to explain a little bit more behind this chart is, in Germany, we have a very good health insurance. So for all diseases, we can go to the doctor, we need nothing to pay, all get covered from the health insurance. And we have the guests who are willing and able to pay their own money for health treatment, because they are looking for special health treatment, they are looking for natural health treatment. And when you are ill in Germany and you go to a doctor or you go to a rehabilitation center, normally you don't need to take day offs. You have your day off, your holiday days, but you get it also, you get paid days off from your company. And this is also something very special. If you decided to do something during your holiday and go for Ayurveda, you take your holiday days for this. So for many people, it's very important to do something for their health. They are willing and able to pay their own money and to take the holiday days for this kind of a healthy holiday. Guests are aware that eating habits directly influence quality of life and well-being. Now we have more and more people also in the Western world, they are looking for vegan, they are looking for vegetarian. There is something what's changing now here in our world. And when I see the Ayurveda, all the Ayurveda center, most of the Ayurveda centers, they provide vegetarian or they provide vegan. This is also an argument to explain to the people, if you would like to go for Ayurveda, you can be sure you can do very great food, natural food, healthy food, vegetarian or even vegan if you want. The poor nature experience has also to do something with, here in Europe, we are discovering at the moment well-being in the forest or forest bathing. This is something came from Japan maybe 40 years ago. And now we have a lot of books and interesting studies about when you go to the forest. We have a lot of forest in Germany. Nearly 42% of Germany is forest. So hiking and walking on the weekends in the forest, it's for everybody possible. And people realized if they go for in a forest that they see a big improvement, that they feel more free, that they feel more relaxed, and spending time in the forest and taking the forest atmosphere and the smell of the forest can give you an impressive array. And especially health spa well-being resorts with fresh, healthy climate, walking in the forest or at the beach with the sea climate has a positive impact of health and well-being. So also not only the Ayurveda treatment, also the surroundings and the poor nature experience. The therapies for well-being, it's also a little bit more than Ayurveda. Maybe planting a tree on holiday. Yeah, some resorts have that guests can plant a tree during their stay. The name of the guest will be on a plaque to remember who plants this tree, or scientists have discovered that the tree released phytone sites with lower stress hormones and enhance the immune system. It's also something. So when you go for one day hiking in the forest, maybe you feel that your immune system get a little bit stronger. And the combination of doing something for your body and for your soul. Body is wellness and soul, for example, a social work with a plant tree, or dancing or singing, or even art or drawing or painting. So this is for every age. Everybody can do it. And it's good for condition and for the psyche and for memory. And also can significantly reduce the risk of dementia. And the realized feeling of happiness can be used to relieve mild forms of depression. This is also what we experience and what the demand, especially for yoga and Ayurveda, that we get is maybe there a possibility to learn something in the resort, like drawing, painting, singing, or in this kind. Today, there is an awareness of how our surroundings directly and profoundly impact our psychological, physically, genetically, and emotional and spiritually. So wellness architecture. I think you have in India a great wellness architecture, a traditional wellness architecture, what I have seen. And this also have a huge impact of the well-being of the guests. Because India, when I remember right, you have this Vastu, and Vastu. In the Western world, we are talking more about Feng Shui, but I know that the Indian architecture is special traditional architecture or health architecture is more in the Vastu way. That's also very interesting. So it's a holistic. It belongs to the holistic things of Ayurveda. What private guests, so we are talking for private guests, what they are requesting? They are requesting for bespoken support. They don't want to have, they would like to see what is in the package, but also they would like to be a little bit more free. They would like to have a bespoken package. That means, of course, a medical consultation, and then they can talk to the doctor, which kind of treatment. The doctor can advise the kind of a treatment, but maybe the guest said, "Oh, this is I don't like so much. Maybe I can have something else." And the configuration of an individual treatment plan for medical and wellness treatment, and of course, individual, personal, and expert advice. It's about health and nutrition and coaching, a medical and spa coach and personal fitness and coach. So also what is very important that we know it in advance, that people also ask us if it's a resort with strong rules, Ayurveda rules, or is it a resort with a little bit not so strong Ayurveda rules? For some guests, it's important that you have strong Ayurveda rules, but for other guests, maybe they would like to have to be a little bit more free regarding the food and regarding the treatments. The Ayurveda well-being and health cure should be always included the use of the spa facilities, use of indoor, outdoor, of course, thermal spring and water and sauna landscape, pool and jacuzzi. That's more though in the spa world, but of course the outdoor pools are always included, and the sauna, I don't know, but you have the Ayurveda sauna or the Ayurveda steam bath. And the use of fitness center and exercise class. And if you have the possibility for provide hiking, walking, and personal trainings, it's always an advantage if you have a resort where you can provide a little bit more than Ayurveda. I gave a small example, for example, a wellness weekend. Okay, that's only for short trips. That's maybe not for India, but prevention. When we provide prevention packages, at least 2 treatments per day, and medical wellness, 2 treatments with a medical background, and a healing cure. Of course, we provide 3 to 4 treatments per day, and it means the healing cure must include all the treatments what a person needs when they stay for 14 days or for 21 days, that after they have a goal that they would like to feel better, to see a big difference, and that they have the best results after the treatments or after the cure. Special times and active leisure in health and well-being is also what for the future. For example, adults only holidays. That's what we get requests. Or people asking for solo holidays, but more in the way that people who go as a single, as a one person in an Ayurveda resort, they always ask us, it's possible that I can be connected to other people in the resort. With Ayurveda, my experience, it's very easy because you get a lot of possibilities to get connected to the other people because they are all talking about Ayurveda, so they have something together. Then family-friendly wellness hotels and Ayurveda health camps, or maybe yoga health camps. So this is also what we feel that the request will increase in the future. Ayurveda health and wellness package in combination with culture. At the moment with COVID, I don't know how it's possible because now I know that people can come in India with a medical visa, and they can stay in an Ayurveda resort and can do the Ayurveda treatment. And but I don't know how they must stay in the country, that they are free and can go for round trip or a cultural program or experience of nature or short sightseeing trips. But this is, I think in the future, it will not be a problem when we have not so strong rules regarding the virus and the corona. But before, it was very interesting that people who are going for Ayurveda, normally they start with the Ayurveda or they start with a round trip, and then after they go to a hotel and they do the Ayurveda treatment, and after the Ayurveda treatment, they go straight back to Europe. We were talking about the traditional Chinese or European medicine, Ayurveda, yoga, though that's are all the resorts what we provide. When you see, all has to do with holistic healing, it has to do with traditional medicine, and in every country you found something from the traditional medicine. And this is at the moment we are specialized on, of course, first is Ayurveda, yoga, of course, European medicine or European spa treatment or European thermal resorts, it's our history, and also traditional Chinese medicine. The Ayurveda holiday is the target group for health spa well-being, because healthcare providers and health insurance funds pay less. What I talked before, that when you don't get your health treatment paid from the health insurance, you are looking privately for alternatives, and to go to another country far away, or example to Asia, there is something special. You have a really other experience than when you stay in Germany. Ayurveda will be the next type. It's our opinion in health and wellness travel, because the focus on one's own well-being is more present than ever. And the WHO has recognized, that's very interesting, Ayurveda is a new science. It's very interesting. Guests use their holidays to escape everyday stress, relax, empower, and to do something for their well-being. And requests will change from traditional cure to a modern Ayurveda experience with fun factor and adventure. And the target group orientation is that fits you is a resort with the healing power, natural remedies, high medical competence, and feel good atmosphere. High medical competence, I always thinking why we don't go to a little bit more together, that we have the Ayurveda treatment. Maybe we can make it a little bit more in the combination with the Western medicine. Then we could all be a big effect, a positive effect. So the nature medicine, herb, plants, medicine, healthy climate as natural resources, and then the movement and relaxation in beautiful gardens, landscape parks, nature, forest, with hiking, with biking, dancing, art, drawing, what I talked before, social work, and healthy nutrition, and of course, well-being and health experience with joy. That's also important. The Ayurveda wellness travel in the future, it goes from experimental to transformation. So for the body, I have some points as challenge on a deeply personal level, is a personal growth, is a life-changing experience, performance, music, art, brain health and optimization, rewriting your biology, build a better, faster, stronger you, and body screening and biohacks, happiness, and for the soul is more social connection and technical disconnection, like digital detox, for example, a silent retreats, meditation, nature experience, emotional healing. I just mentioned some of the points that it gives you an idea what we see, what will be traveling in the future. And maybe you can put some of the points also in your packages. And emotional well-being and life fulfillment, this will be a very, very big part in the future. And this belongs to happiness and to well-being also. About Fitreisen, this is your partner for the best distribution. As you can see, we are more than 45 years on the market, on the health market, because wellness is a new word. Wellness we have here in Europe maybe since more than 30 years, but not since 45 years. And we have access to 100 million customers in German-speaking markets with our catalogs, because they are in German-speaking markets. We also have platforms in 8 different languages, in English, in French, in Spanish. And you see with this possibilities, we have the access to 100 million customers, not only with the catalogs, also with the online retailer and with our booking portals. Then we have the Healing Healthy Holiday Worldwide. This is Spa Dreams. This is our international platform, Spa Dreams. And you see we have it in German, in English, in Spanish, and French, in Italian, Netherlands, Polish, Swedish, and Russian. In this language, there is the platform. And so we sell in more than 40 different countries. And the guest can pay in 8 different currency, like Australian dollar, English pound, euro, Polish zloty, Russian ruble, Swedish krone, Swiss franc, Franken, and US dollar. Though we have the Fitreisen.de platform for the German-speaking countries like Austria, Switzerland, Germany, Luxembourg, a part of Belgium and Netherlands. And we have the international platform for the people who came from different parts of the world. The World Health Organization gave a proverb: health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of diseases or infirmity. So that's very important, that health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. To summarize all, what we are seeing for the current trend and future is wellness, Ayurveda therapy, wellness and prevention. Ayurveda has a great value is placed to preventive health care and lifestyle. Ayurveda medicine assumes that diseases go through 6 stages. This is very interesting compared with the Western medicine. In Western medicine, you usually only confirms and treat diseases when, accordingly to Ayurveda, the 5th or 6th stage of the diseases had already been reached. That means when we go to the doctor when it is in the 5th or 6th stage and we ask for help. But for this, Ayurveda is much more than wellness. It's a complex medical system based on scientific and at the same time spiritual worldwide. And in addition, Ayurveda is also a doctrine of a healthy lifestyle, which includes both daily customs and the prevention of diseases. This sets Ayurveda medicine apart from the West. It's interesting. Ayurveda teaches the art of living happily and speaks to everyone. Thinking, feeling, their living and eating habits, and last but not least, their sensitivity and powers of observation. Only those who have learned to listen to special messages and movement in the body and soul will be able to maintain the inner balance and the long term. And guests ask, for example, what do I have to do? How should I eat to have a more well-being life? A healthy lifestyle that must be tailored for the individual and the most positive possibilities alignment of thoughts from the actual goals of life in the Ayurveda sense. And view in this slide, Ayurveda deserves great recognition in the wellness sector. And for some time now, the preventive work has also been circumscribed by the terms of medical Hello?
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Please continue.
More and more important is the demand for all the emotional and physiological complaints such as depression, burnout syndromes, and stressful states. And in Ayurveda, however, there is no clear distinction between physical and mental illness. It belongs all together. And if a dosha is disturbed, this always has both physical and physiological effects. And every Ayurveda therapy, therefore, always has a holistic effect on people instead of treating individual symptoms. And for the future, I think it's a time for health and well-being travel is now more than ever. We see an increasing demand for health wellness trips 2022 for holistic well-being. And this is Ayurveda, because health is a new status symbol, and there is a great demand for the best treatments, techniques, sport or diet to lead a long and fit life. So the longing for health vacation is unbroken, even in pandemic times. At the same time, awareness of holistic health is growing more than ever. And for this, in the future, we have to think also combine health and wellness vacation with a deeply effective break of strengthens the immune system with detox, healing, fitness, intestinal health. With Ayurveda and the new holiday for long-lasting fitness and mental strength during and after COVID should be an Ayurveda holiday. This was my points, and it was for me very important to point it out. This is what we are seeing in the current and in the future of Ayurveda tourism. Thank you very much for your attention, and if you have a question, you can ask me now.
Thank you, Claudia, very much for your information. If anyone has any question, please raise the hand. Hema Shah is asking a question. Can you unmute?
Ma'am, I'm Dr. Hema from Pune, India, near Mumbai. I'm
Your voice is breaking. Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Hello?
Your voice is breaking. Can you repeat the question?
Maybe you can write the question in the
Yeah.
chat.
Okay, maybe next person can ask the question and you can.
I don't hear you, Mr. Moss. There's no voice.
Yeah, Sujit Kumar, I think someone else is asking. Sujit
Yes,
Kumar.
yes.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. It was a very good session. What I want to ask is, how is the perception of people about prevention and cure aspect and accepting Ayurveda as a new way of life, especially authentic Ayurveda? And regarding Ayush premium medicines, what are the permissions for Ayush premium medicines in Germany?
The last question is, what are the permissions that you can bring your medicine to the German market?
Yes,
this the
we
question?
have Ayush premium brand, which is a premium brand in India, recognized by
yes,
Ayush
yeah.
Ministry. So,
Yeah.
in the wellness
yeah.
sector, is
Yeah.
it completely allowed?
Regarding the products, it's something very
internal
special.
medicines.
We are not.
My question is, we implement the Ayurveda as Shodhana and Shamana, that is palliative and purificatory, through the medicines we use in a strategic way,
Yes.
analyzing the human body, analyzing the doshas, and also the 6 stages of the body having the pathogenesis of the disease. So, regarding the medical treatment, what is the present scenario? Can we only use the Ayush premium medicines as wellness medicines in the wellness sector?
You can use your medicine in India, but I don't know if you can bring the medicine to Germany. That are special rules, and I'm not the right person to answer this question, because we are sending the people who are looking for Ayurveda to India.
The greatest thing regarding this seminar was that different MOUs have been signed by the Ayush department, which is the concerned department of Ayurveda also, and with European countries, including Germany also. So the Ayush premium brand is such a brand which is accepted all over India, and also it has been designed in such a way that it is accepted all over the world also. So regarding wellness brands, is there any full permission to use the Ayush premium brands of medicine for the propagation of wellness Ayurveda, apart from the external treatments only?
This, for India, you can use it all, but I don't know for Germany, how you can bring this medicine to Germany. I'm not the right person. I don't have experience in this. We are tour operator, and we are selling the Ayurveda to the people who are asking for Ayurveda treatment in India as a tour operator, but we are not in the business of selling products. So I'm not the right person, but I think maybe I can check and I can let you know some addresses that you can ask the right person for this.
Okay. Thank you.
European community, for example. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I think we can conclude here. I mean, if I think
Doctor,
you are ready to
excuse me.
give the email address. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. There are questions from the chat box. Please do consider that.
Yeah, can you read? I mean, like, I'm
Yes,
not in
I
a
can.
situation. Yeah, please carry on.
One good
Maybe a
afternoon.
couple of
And
questions because, yeah.
this is a question whether it's a yoga teacher of 18 years old. Sorry, I'm a practicing Ayurveda since 18 years. I'm a yoga teacher and a nutritionist. How to be a part of your team?
At the moment, we don't work with Ayurveda, with this yoga teacher. We are working with hotels who have their own Ayurveda yoga teacher. Maybe you can look with which hotels we are working, and you can ask direct in the hotels. But at the moment, we don't have not Ayurveda yoga teacher, and we are sending them with the groups. That's not possible at the moment. But you can ask, if you go to our website, you see a lot of interesting Ayurveda resorts and yoga resorts, and then you can ask direct in the resorts for a special for your special question. Dr.
Okay,
Helmer.
hope the teacher you got the answer.
Pardon?
No, yeah,
No, madam,
you got the answer.
Okay.
Maybe one more question you can ask.
There is no more question, I
Because
think.
our next speaker is also on, is there. So maybe we can go to the next person.
Maybe I can write my email address, and if there are special questions, they can write me. I will answer this.
Wonderful, wonderful. That will be wonderful. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you can write it down. I think by the end of your presentation, there was your email address, but still once again.
Yes, of course. Yeah, on the last page, there was the email address. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Moos.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we can go to the next person in that way. Yes. Sorry for delay, Dr. Kiranlal. We can go to the next.
It was nice. First of all, I thank AMI leadership for the opportunity. And I think there are a few known Malayalam speakers in the group, so we better use English. And basically from Trivandrum, I just wanted to ask one question to Claudia, if you are available. Just, I think she's gone.
Yeah, she's
Claudia,
there.
you're okay. So
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Hi, Claudia. This is Dr. Kiran from Düsseldorf. And
hi,
yes.
Dr. Kiran.
How does the COVID affected the market actually? So, you have any
COVID
data on that?
Yes, the COVID affected the market, and it's affected positive for Ayurveda. Our biggest business at the moment is Ayurveda in Sri Lanka, because all people can go to Sri Lanka, unvaccinated people, vaccinated people. Sri Lanka have a very good system, and over Christmas and New Year, some hotels were fully booked. And I was in Sri Lanka and came back last weekend, and the flight with Sri Lankan Airlines from Colombo to Frankfurt was also fully booked. So we see there is a big request and a big longing for going for Ayurveda. And this is my opinion. COVID affected Ayurveda positive, because people now, they are realized how important is your own health, that you have a strong immune system, that you stay in a good fitness stage. And for this, people don't look so much for holidays on a beach, but they are looking for more a combination between in a healthy holiday where they can doing something for their health, have a healthy nutrition, and have, of course, maybe the beach or some experience in an Asian country.
Yeah, thank you, because we have the same experience. For the first time in Germany, the Ayurvedic centers have queue. Like people are, that's an industrial behavior. When you create queue, so we have the queue. So that's why I asked. I wanted to get your professional opinion. Thank you. I thought you was continuing something.
No, it's fine. I see it's also not only in India, it's also increasing the demand for Europe.
Yes.
For resorts in Europe, because not so many people, when they are afraid regarding COVID, they don't want to go so far away. They would like to stay a little bit in the surroundings, maybe where they can go by car, so that they can come back fast if something happens. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kiran. Thank you.
So
Yeah, thank
I
you.
will share my screen now.
Yeah, we can share, and maybe I can just introduce a few things about you. He graduated at Kiran Lal VS. He's an Ayurvedic doctor, basically from Kerala itself, and graduated from Coimbatore Trivandrum Ayurveda College, and worked in different countries as well as like Malaysia, Singapore, USA, and Germany, and Spain, and Netherlands as well. So organized different events related with Ayurveda and traditional medicine. And he is one of the major person for the first international Irish conclave happened in 2019 in March in Kerala, and is a member of editorial team public health intervention with Irish system India, executive editor of Ayurveda Cure. I think you speak also German, I believe. So of course, we got a team of Germans in speaking people as well, and we are welcoming Dr. Kiran Lal to present his presentation.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate the effort of AMI Trichur, and it's really a wonderful opportunity I got. First of all, I really thank Dr. Netra Das and his team. They're quite active in Kerala. So basically, I work as a consultant for a Center for Complementary Medicine and Medicine Park, Rhine-Ruhr. It's basically a listed company, and basically we are in healthcare services. And I am also a board member of Indian Association of Ayurveda in Germany. And I have some good experience of working with the products. So you can ask if there is any questions with the products with me. So first, I just want to introduce something about what the World Tourism Organization mentioned. So this is how the tourism works. Like the majority of the people, mostly the 56% of the tourism go as basically they are for leisure, recreation, and holidays, and then only 27% of the people are into the healthcare, religion, and other activities. So this is how generally we can see the how much we could get influenced by the tourism in generally. So I just go a little bit with this the industry information. So then I will come to the my topic is scopes and challenges in Ayurvedic health tourism. So I really enjoyed that topic. It's my very special area. So you can see there was a lot of changes happening between the 2013 and 2015, and a lot of properties were added, and a lot of employment was generated, and it was quite good before the COVID time. And you can see there was a very big combined annual growth was expected from the tourism sector. And now I just want to share you with this wellness component for different hotel segments in Asia. So one is Four Seasons Resorts in Maldives. They have only 5% of their total revenue is coming from the wellness. And in terms of in Thailand, they have Koh Samui and Hua Hin area. They have wellness resorts which is completely occupied, up to 90% occupied during the off-season period. And in Kerala also we have the similar situation where the off-season period, a lot of monsoon tourism is taking up. I think we still need to address that thing. So different regions have different expectations and different behavior in terms of tourism and wellness. And so I will say that Ayurveda interception in global wellness industry is basically like this is the complementary medicine and wellness tourism industry. And actually what Ayurveda hotels did, that they changed the petroleum mineral oil into the sesame oil. So this is the observation which we could see. So I will say this is what actually happened with the Ayurveda in wellness industry. So sorry, I'm not really blaming the hotel industry or wellness, but this is a fact. Even now we have so many agencies promoting mineral oil, which is as a better option than herbal oils. And so what happened was, you can see the Ayurveda was also promoting some kind of socialism from crude oil to sesame seeds. So all the spa, almost 99.99% of the spas in the world is basically using paraffin-based oils. And though it's purely a petroleum-based thing, and Ayurveda is the one which basically promoting the natural oils. But still, we have reached only up to the sesame oils, and most of the Ayurvedic operators in the world is yet to get into the core competency of Ayurveda. So I can see there is a lot of scope for the products and all these kind of things also. And this is the trade by the trade expectation by the Government of India, Ministry of External Affairs. So we are expecting the Ayurveda trade to grow, and even in this COVID situation. So we have a lot of trade happening. Before, it was not easy to get the products from one part of the world to the other part of the world, but now we have more trade related activities are there. And even if I calculate, even in Europe, we have officially only 200, only 20 herbs are officially available as per the European Union, but more than 200 species are legally sold in Europe. 200 plus Ayurvedic herbs are legally sold in Europe, but the legality is still an issue. And this is when we track the global shipment to different part of the world from 2014 to 2016. This from the customs details. This is the shipment we tracked from the HS codes of the Ayurveda products originated from India. And in the West Europe, you can see this is the data. United Kingdom receive a lot of products, and so we thought when we say the wellness tourism can be anything. But when we say about Ayurveda tourism, Ayurvedic healthcare tourism, we need every Ayurveda treatment requires an Ayurveda product. Without an Ayurveda product, you cannot do any manipulative therapies. Of course, you can have Ayurveda food or Ayurveda lifestyle, all this kind of thing. But when we come to the treatment areas, we need Ayurvedic products. And so we can see like 1,688 products from India has been shipped from 2004 in 2 years, 24 months. So that much presence is here. And it is actually, this data doesn't include the grocery shipment. Many Indian manufacturers are sending their products in as a grocery products, which is not in this list. This is exclusively Ayurveda products. And so let's see the pandemic experience in USA. What happened? They have $1 billion loss in global wellness industry in the last COVID period. And in Kerala, for the first time in last 3 decades, Ayurveda manufacturers in Kerala could make profit without increasing. Sorry, there's a spelling mistake. Without increasing the prices in 2020 and 21. So the Chamber of Commerce have and Kerala Ayurveda fraternity created a program called the COVID Shield, and COVID Shield was really a very effective thing. So such approaches, this is the experience in Kerala, like how as what Claudia was mentioning, the Ayurveda was the COVID situation was really change our views on traditional medicine and complementary systems like Ayurveda. So now this is about the scope of Ayurveda in health tourism. For the industry, basically, the tourism industry is based on the global increase of tourism sector, access to the increased residual income, digital accessibility, connectivity, new corporate trends like the companies are paying for the wellness activities, wellness tour, and the cultural acceptability of in the Europe and in the West, and the change in health concepts. So people are really changing, and there is a lot of media explosion. There is all these kind of things helping the tourism industry at one side. And for Ayurveda, it's like we have new concepts in science, access to cutting edge technology, translational research activities, development in food supplements and nutraceuticals, global access, change in healthcare concepts, overburden of the public health. These are the factors supporting Ayurveda. So what I wanted to say is, when we consider our scope, Ayurveda is not just the old age traditional medicine or a taboo or something like that. It's actually changing a lot with the changes which happen in the science. So it's just like this is a study published in Pune University by, you all know, Dr. Bhushan and Dr. Tilu. So this is the they have used the network pharmacology of Triphala with a special reference to anti-cancer property. So now we are able to prove how the products are working, and we can really use supercomputers and network pharmacology and all these translational research to explain Ayurveda. And here there is no other traditional medicine or complementary medicine have these kind of capabilities to wellness practices have these kind of capabilities, and probably Ayurveda is the only one segment where you need a professional to handle the situation, handle that practice. But unfortunately, that is not happening, and that is something which we really are concerned with. And this is another study by the same Dr. Bhushan, and then it's basically explaining how the Rasayana, the Arjuna Rasayana was working, and it's really a lot of things happening in that part of the world. And so this is the study they have done with this anti-cancer property. It's available there. And then another study is recently published with this with the COVID thing, the Amalagi, Guduji, and Kadugi, and it's also published very recently in Flame of Pharmacology. And so this is TEM microscope. You can have the picture of a mercury in your Vetumar and Guliga, or you can also have you can see the molecular level imaging, and you can really see the differences and all. And these kind of technologies are already available in Ayurveda. Even the Rice University in USA, they are already studying the differences of different heavy metals used in Ayurvedic preparations, what are the changes in electron level and all these kind of things. So the science and technology is available for Ayurveda. So these are the advantages where you can really have exhibit a high level of competency for as an Ayurvedic practitioner, and we can really recreate redefine the health tourism and rejuvenative medicine and all these kind of things. And this is a news recently came in Guardian, like they say the global spread of autoimmune diseases are blamed on Western diet. And this is Guardian, no? Guardian is really a propaganda machine basically, and Guardian is coming up with such a news, and it's quite interesting. Like that, we could also connect with the concept of pharma and Ayurvedic food concepts. And the question is basically when we the Ayurvedic food in the West, there is a lot of funny things, like it's we really have to address, like, to what extent to these Ayurvedic food is Ayurvedic, to what extent our hardcore concepts of rasa and virya and vibhaga and this dosha is really incorporated into this food, and it is not just the fantasy of a chef. So when you go through all these kind of things, it is completely out of order. That is what we can see. And so this is another thing, like that we have the new models, like somebody came with this GATT protocol. It's basically, it is in Spanish. It's an Ayurvedic doctor in Spain. He's claiming that they have post-COVID management protocol with Ayurveda herbs, and they have developed it from the COVID prevention studies done in Kerala and Sri Lanka. So you can see you have this Amardam project done by the government of Kerala. So I don't think that in Kerala we are using this this project and developing protocol, but actually in the West, in Latin America and in Spain, they are using these kind of things for post-COVID symptoms, and more than 200 symptoms are identified even in Germany by the German medical associations about as post-COVID symptoms, and we have given a new name, like a long COVID. So now everyone is more worried about the long COVID than the COVID situations. So this is about the challenges basically, like our problem is basically the reliability, adaptability, transparency, and responsibility, and to what extent we are able to address the issues. And the for the last 30 years or 40 years, Ayurveda never had any changes in mentioned in the labels. No? So when you buy a small 5 rupees biscuit in India, you have all the preservatives completely mentioned in this label. But when you buy an Ayurveda product, there is no mentioning about the preservatives. And such kind of changes need to be done in Ayurveda. And so we have an issue of reliability. So I will come to the next situation, what internationally we are facing with this Ayurveda tourism. This is actually an interim prohibition order issued by the Australian Health Authority. And one of the Ayurvedic practitioner has been banned from practicing, and just because there was an issue of the claims at the same time, but actually the product which is originated from Kerala has high heavy metals, and this product is supposed to have no lead in it, because when you export to Australia, you are supposed to give a heavy metal certification, and that's a heavy with that safe heavy metal certification. This product is exported to Australia, and then the doctor has given this product to a kid, and the 3-year-old kid got lead poisoning. And then they tested the products and found more than 0.8% lead is there. And then the doctor, who has about more than 30 years of practice, has to stop the practice. And the company has been fined with close to 1 crore. I mean, rupees. If you calculate that in terms of Indian values, about 50,000 or 100,000 euros. I mean, Australian dollars has been fined. And so this is the situation we are facing all around the world with these with the products, because we have received the laboratory test from this particular laboratory or the particular product. That lab is saying everything is clean. There is nothing wrong with that. But when we tested in Australia, this particular product has 2,000 more, 2,000 times more the lead quantity than what is written in the Indian lab. And this is another incident happened in the Canada, where a spurious product has been confiscated, and we really don't know how these people get the products. There is no information and all these kind of things. So another thing, when something like what happened in Australia, we are unable to track whether this particular product is available in Europe or not. So there is no such information. So when we have a product which is having any problems, then there should be normally a recall information. And if you collect the data from the Europe, every year more than 1,000 recall informations are there. Like the product is having some problem, then you can recall or you can issue a warning. Such thing it is not available in Ayurveda. So these are the issues we have to face. And so basically it is an important question like that. Do we have a dedicated forums to address these issues, or do we have more surveillance in source countries, or do we have can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Do we have do we need more surveillance in source countries, or why don't we have a global connect to see what is because we want the globalization, we want to take Ayurveda to all over the world, but to what extent we are responsible for these actions? And second is, where is Ayurveda professional who regulate the products? We have more than 80 or 100 Ayurveda hotels in Germany. There is less than 10 Ayurvedic practitioners are employed there. So we really don't know like that. So it has been a brand whoever could use. No? So these are the issues. Like, and there is a big issue of regulation, like that. What these people are eating, when they eat something, and they get a heavy metal poisoning, the entire blame comes to the entire Ayurveda community. So these, as I said, only less than 20 products, 20 species are regulated in Europe. And we have more than 200, 300 products legally sold in Europe. So it's a very loosely regulated area. So we have some ticking bombs in our system. any time it could really create a bad name. So, and basically it is about a core competency. Like Ayurvedic healthcare cannot be an extra service for hotel industry. What you can definitely have wellness services. Industry need fixed figures, so and then they need a marketing advantage with some pricing placement, because they need to know everything in advance. And the hotel industry is comfortable with the package format, so that they sell Ayurvedic treatment for 1 hour or 2 hour treatments, or you can have 3 hour treatments, then you pay for that. But basically Ayurveda is, we need a kind of customization. We need to talk to the patient, we need to see his situation, then we have to decide the treatments. So a treatment which is already paid in advance is we cannot, how can we justify with this with our patient? And some programs are like treatments per day, 3 treatments, or 2 treatments per day, like that, and selling treatments in advance, like 5 Shirodharas or 3 Abhyangas or 2 Svedanas and all these kind of things. So as I said, the core competency of Ayurveda is the customization based on dosha evaluation. So if you don't do this customization, then you cannot do, because this is just like putting one brick on top of the next brick. So then only we can have the desired result. So that is not seen, and it is an issue, and it is an issue which Ayurvedic professionals need to address, because the industry don't need to address that issue. Even in Kerala we can see the same thing. Like in hotels they are selling the packages, and Ayurvedic doctors don't have any say. You can see, like when, at least for Lodha, there was a data, at least a research he could show. But I wonder how many Ayurvedic resorts in Kerala have a study on on the efficacy of their products and all these kind of things. And it is not about the competency, it is about there is no requirement, and they are not interested, simply not interested in doing that. So I will say the Ayurvedic tourism is basically a failed model, because Ayurveda tourism Ayurveda tourism didn't help the Ayurveda other than the human resources engagement. And then it has an exploitation at one side, where we have to adopt, we have to acclimatize Ayurveda for the requirement of the tourism industry. So for example, I have an interesting data. In Sri Lanka, in 2017, they received about 1.5 lakh tourists from Germany, and in Kerala we received about 1,60,000 from Germany, from same country. Yeah? So the people who are going to Sri Lanka, they don't go to Kerala, so it's different. And Sri Lanka has only 2 Ayurveda colleges and very limited Ayurveda industry. And Kerala has about 14 Ayurveda colleges and extensive Ayurveda industry. So really sorry for the spellings. I had a very little time. I had to type everything, so I didn't cross-check. So really sorry for the spellings in my presentation. So we have 14 different Ayurveda colleges, and we have an extensive Ayurveda industry. Our Ayurveda industries in Kerala, it is more than about 1,000 crore industries there, and Sri Lanka may have a 100 crore industry. But Sri Lanka was really doing well. And is it Ayurveda? No, it's definitely it cannot be Ayurveda. So it should be the hospitality industries bringing clients to Kerala or in Sri Lanka. So Ayurveda still has to do a lot of things. So whatever we see as Ayurveda industry in Kerala is not really significant. So if it is significant, then we have all the features similar to Sri Lanka, but we have more Ayurvedic practitioners here, but we are not creating the same result as in Sri Lanka. So it is just because it's we have to think why we are not creating the same result with this kind of competency. And what I will say, that every Ayurveda practitioner can have their own Ayurveda tourism experts. No? Like every Ayurvedic practitioner can create their own tourism facilities in their own homes, because the Western tourism is basically on experiences, and the domestic tourism is mostly on the destination based, like how the Indians travel. But Western tourism, they really like the experiences. So everyone in the West may not be able to afford all the expensive resorts and all these kind of things. So we have a lot of Ayurvedic doctors in Kerala or in India. So they can all create their own home-based Ayurvedic facilities, and that will be a wonderful opportunity for Ayurveda, and you will be able to prepare your own medicines at home, because you cannot, then you can deliver the best Ayurveda. And so I think that is something we seriously need to check, like every Ayurvedic practitioner, private, because you don't have much government employment opportunities. Every Ayurvedic practitioner can create their own facilities. And so we have to address this competency issues, and we have to improve our skills, and we also have to address the issues of incompetency as well. Sri Lankan government closed 20 diploma colleges in last 3 years. So they have a diploma Ayurveda course, which is called a DAM, and diploma in Ayurvedic medicine. And this is a 4-year education program after the 10th grade. And they don't have any hospitals. They have only small, I've been extensively to Sri Lanka. It's a kind of small tuition center kind of facility. And the Sri Lankan Ayurvedic doctors really raise the issue. I mean, the graduates, who graduated from the universities, they really raise the issue, and they force the government to close down 20 colleges because they didn't created enough competent Ayurvedic practitioners. And what happened to Indian government? Indian government is giving official recognition to all the unsolicited education programs in Ayurveda through Rashtriya Ayurveda Vidyapith. No? So this is when this situation happened. Many Ayurvedic doctors across the world sent letters to Government of India to stop. There was an opportunity to give a public opinion, and we gave more than 1,000 emails to Rashtriya Ayurveda Vidyapith, and they didn't respond even to a single one. Now, Rashtriya Ayurveda Vidyapith is going to give recognition to educational facilities, training programs, 1-month certification across the world with the Government of India logo. So can you believe the difference how the Sri Lankan government is handling their competency and how the Indian government is handling our issues? So this is the thing. These are the things we need to address. We have to improve our competency. There is a lot of things we can do, and Ayurveda can really, as we know that there is for the first time in the history that we have Ayurvedic manufacturers in Kerala could create profit without increasing the prices. And in Germany, we could see that we have queues created in Ayurvedic centers. Of course, there is an issue of traveling, but at the same time, there was a lot of awareness created. And we have to react according to the time, and otherwise it will be really bad. So the solution is that let's react to the issues and be responsible, and rather than hiding the head. Reliability, adaptability, transparency, and responsibility, because we are responsible for our actions. A manufacturer in Kerala produced a medicine, and that has poisoned a 3-year-old child in Australia. And it is not the mistake of Ayurveda. As per the Ayurveda ingredients list, this particular ingredient lead is not supposed to be there. They used under products without any quality, and then the testing laboratory didn't do the testing. So how is it ever possible, like an Ayush approved testing facility in Cochin is tested a product, and then when the Australia was testing the same product, and the Australian government cross-checked the facility, the testing with something in Hyderabad also, and they have 2,000 times more lead content in that thing. So we have serious problems actually, like that. I don't want to mention it publicly, but I mean, but of course we have to see about how our resorts and Ayurvedic tourism operators are handling products, and how it is going to affect the client. We have an issue in Hamburg, where in Germany, where a client from Sri Lankan Ayurveda. She was tested high for the lead in the blood, and then she has some of the products from the resort, and it was heavily contaminated with heavy metals. So this is seriously an issue, and if these issues are really addressed in the Western world, then Ayurvedic industry, Ayurveda tourism industry in India can have a big hit. So sorry to mention that, but actually we have there is a ticking bomb in this situation, in this it can really damage a lot of employment, a lot of revenue generation, and a lot of good name and hard work people built on it. And so let's work together. We are happy to support you. And please write. You can check ifid.de, that is Ayurvedic Doctors Association in Germany. And I'm also part of Global Ayurveda Network. That's a free platform. And then Medicine Park Rule AG is a company where I am working as a consultant. We do the activities related to healthcare sustainability, and it's a public limited company, probably the only one which is listed as a public limited company, and involved in Ayurveda activities. So thank you very much. I think I don't know how much time I take, but so yeah. So I will stop here.
Thank you.
I am open for your questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your input, sir. Definitely, even if it is taking a few minutes more, but it's all, each and every points were very important. So if anyone has any questions, I think please raise your hand or even place it in the chat box. Did anyone raise his hand?
Doctor, I think participants can ask the questions in Malayalam also.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Go ahead. I am from Trivandrum.
Thank you.
And I also work with the product regulations. So I've been working with FDA. I've been working in different countries with the product. So as I said, all the products are available here through the online portals, but it is a big problem. Even mercuric products are also available here. I am not against any mercuric products. I give that to my mother and my son in India, but not in Germany.
Participants asking for the email of Dr. Kiran Lal.
Okay, I will give my email.
You can start the email.
Yes. So I thought there will be some questions about products. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, Ayurveda diet. Okay, it's really interesting. I have a question. Okay, how I advise Ayurveda diet? Basically, it's just a funny thing. I asked some of my faculties in Trivandrum Ayurveda College, sir, can you explain about Ayurveda diet, Ayurveda cooking? I said there is nothing called Ayurveda diet. That's what they said, because every diet is Ayurveda diet. No, there is no dravyam in the world which has any properties. So basically, on the basis of their doshas, we can advise. But the problem here is that, as I show you some slide in the Guardian, every food in the West has a problem. And when you say the autoimmune diseases, the first criteria we are checking is the C-reactive proteins. So every Western product has, every processed product, or that is what you can see in the West, like that. Whatever you see in the shop is not for eating. That is basically for storing, other than the vegetables. So basically the bread and all the preservatives, there is a lot of preservatives and the processing food. And the industry is highly developed, like the meat products are really processed, and then there is no waste product. So this food is there. So we have a problem. We can ask them to use food which really improve their agni. So anything, even the hot water. When you give hot water is a new for Western people. They don't drink hot water. So in Germany, we can have the aerated. You say water comes with the gas, with the soda. Or you have to say the still water, then only you get the fresh water. So you can say, if you ask hot water, it is not available. So we give hot water, we give a lot of spices, like based on the ama situation. If it is a pitta, we ask for the coriander seeds. So first of all, we create some kind of change in their diet. through cutting some of the food and then asking them to drink more water, or having some diet with less fat, less sour, so which reduces the vidaha, the inflammation. So within 10 days, you ask them to have a blood test, which I am not supposed to give a blood test, but they will get it done. And then you can see the inflammatory markers are reduced. So these kind of, with the food, just with the food, you can really change a lot, because we have less medicine here. So the only solution is the food and habits, and that will help a lot. So I think my answer is correct. And there are some association where doctors across the world, like USA, what are the type of medicines they are prescribing. Ayurvedic doctors are not allowed to prescribe any medicine. Okay, that is one thing, because even if you have an MBBS and you are coming here, you are not supposed to do prescription. You have to go through the German healthcare system, and then you have to get accredited here. Then only you are able to do the prescription. So we cannot prescribe, we can only advise. And you really want to practice Ayurveda in Germany, we have a shortcut called Heilpraktiker. Heilpraktiker is a test for a health practitioner. You can have a 3-year training program. And many Ayurvedic doctors, they don't go for training program. If you have the language competency, then you can write the examination and you can get the Heilpraktiker. Then you have some kind of relaxation. You can prescribe medicine and all these kind of things. But product is still a problem, because when you prescribe this product, basically from where they will get it? They have to get from the online, or so the products which is available in online, they are not legally regulated. But some of the products, we have what 20-25 products are legally available here. So for example, we have the Yogaraja Gulgulu available here. The component, the content of Gulgulu is so limited that, so it is it basically doesn't comes under the criteria. So it is not as per the yogams of textbook. They prepare the products, and you can see the Saraswata Arishtam with 1 or 2 ingredients. They have the name of Saraswata Arishtam, but it doesn't have all the ingredients. You know what are the ingredients in Saraswata Arishtam? It cannot come through a heavy metal test. But you can see the Saraswata Arishtam is available legally available by a German company. So we have about close to, I think, about 10-15 companies which make products here, and that is used. We have a market of close to 10 million euros in Europe. That is a market size, and half of the size probably the mahashi and all of the people. So the government is not really regulating, so we have a lot of gaps. So most of the companies are using these gaps to sell the products. So you can see the Himalayas doing the same, everyone doing the same. So there is, as long as you are not unfortunate, you can do the business. That's all. And all the Ayurvedic resorts, how they are getting products, they are not, every product is not properly regulated. And when the products are exported from Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka doesn't need heavy metal test for the products. So you can export anything from Sri Lanka. And even if from India, you are coming with the heavy metal test, as I explained in this Australian issue, you have a problem. So how I will believe all these kind of things? So we have issues like that. Any question?
I believe Maharshi Ayurveda has more than 80 products.
80 products, but I will, to be honest, there are issues actually, because every product need to be notified in Germany. So,
but I think it's available online.
There some are available, and then Maharshi is selling only to their own groups, their own channel, so they are safe. So it's coming in public market is a big problem. It's not really all the, for example, Amrit Kalash. Amrit Kalash has all the ingredients of Chyawanprash, but as per EU, only less than 20 herbs are properly recognized. So others are in a question mark. So every product has this problem, but we are using the gaps. We have to give the products. So if I am not selling, if Maharshi is not giving Amrit Kalash, a fake Amrit Kalash will come from India. If you just go to the website, look for Amrit Kalash, you can find, because when the people in the UP, they print the label, they don't print exactly the same. So you can see the different labels. But it's a good product with the 50 euros. So they only need to sell one product, and then they can get their money back. So it is available. So the original one is available, and fake one is also available. Some Ayurvedic farmers are doing export also from India. Yes, we have a lot of Ayurvedic pharmacies doing export, and you need the heavy metal test, you need the pesticide test, and then you need aflatoxins for the fungus and all, and stability and all this kind of thing, microbial contamination test, and then you can give it as a food supplement. So we are not using any, there is no separate law for Ayurveda, so the laws for food supplements are applied. So if it is safe, you can do it, but the question is that people can buy it. I cannot recommend it. Here is a problem. People can go to the website and they can buy it, but I cannot recommend it. So the products are available there. If legally I am as a normal person, I can recommend another person to give, I can give tips to improve their health. So under that category, I can ask them to take Ayurvedic lifestyle, Ayurvedic food, and all these kind of things, and I can get paid for that, no problem. But I cannot treat a person with a disease condition. If I work under a allopathic doctor or a health practitioner, I can do that. And I think Dr. Ravi, please detect the questions, because I will be talking as well. Please. Any questions?
Yeah, can we ask the same question? Can we practice Ayurveda in Germany? I think
you can practice. You can give advices. You cannot give advices to a deceased person. You cannot give advices. You cannot handle a person with a clinical condition. You can only treat healthy people as per the law. As per the law. Or you need a certification as a health practitioner, or you need to work under a medical practitioner. Then you can give advices in his presence. That is possible. That's what the Maharshi Center, they have a doctor and they have the Vaidyas also. So they are safe in the practice.
The next question, query for Dr. Kiranlal, on what issue do people seek education in Ayurveda from you?
So basically, as you see, in US and Europe, when we are abroad, we have it is nothing to do with the tourism, but actually we have a problem to practice. So the main income is basically training. So we train people for Ayurvedic lifestyle. We train people for healthy diet and all these kind of things, because we cannot treat them with the medicine. So, but when they change the lifestyle, and we have amazing results, because the lifestyle is something they really have to do it for a longer period. So that really gives a lot of support. So we give them education for a diabetic patient, how to cook, how to use, and we have to teach them how to make kanji, the porridge, how to cook and how to eat in Ayurvedic way, and those kind of things we do. There is a nutritional programs, and also we try to teach them how to give massage with Ayurvedic oils, abhyanga, and all these kind of things for the spa therapist and all. So even US, nobody is practicing. The laws are really strong, but everybody is running schools. So that kind of things we are doing. So sorry, this is not connected to an Ayurvedic tourism. Sorry.
Yeah, I think all the questions are answered. I believe that the next one was again asking Drebiguna Scholar how I can obtain career in Germany. And
Germany have 400 universities, so it is the best thing is that you try with these universities and get a student, some kind of training programs, and then you can easily come. So because the German universities give free education, some of universities need a language. So we have close to 400 universities. They are welcome to foreign students. Yeah.
I hope learning German is not difficult.
There are some English.
I don't know
some
how
are
far
English. Yeah, you can. My German is terrible, but actually, so because most of the time as a consultant, I work with English-speaking people. So it's like I don't. I'm not really good in that. But
so
in Germany,
you answered for. Yeah, please. I'm sorry. It seems you answered for almost all the questions, I believe. Is there anything else? If I missed anything, please inform me. So how about? I mean, let me ask a small question to you. Like, how about getting a insurance? For this program. And Claudia was telling a thing like you can get an insurance for. So, I mean, actually, we are planning to bring people. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. There are two things. If you are a health practitioner, you can get insurance, because we have the public insurance system here. So, but the billing is only 40 euros or 20 euros. I think 40 or 39 euros for one treatment. So our average consultation is close to 100 euros, or we charge 80 euros for a treatment. So only a part of that can be claimed if you are a health practitioner, like that, if you have that certification. And we have a hospital which is giving Ayurvedic treatments for motor neuron diseases and Parkinsonism and all. So they have their own system to do that. The many expenses are covered by the hospital, and Ayurvedic treatment part is paid by the patient. So I am also currently working with some facilities like that. Then Ayurvedic part they have to pay separately, and then the hospital covers some of the food and accommodation expenses and those kind of things. In Netherlands, actually there is an Ayurvedic association called ANWAP, Netherlands Dutch Ayurveda Association, and their members, you can have insurance for you can have reimbursement for your massage practices. So it is available in Netherlands. So you have to be a member, and then you have to pay some fees, and then they have a fund, and the patients need to have a special insurance, and then they get some money back. So that is very effectively practiced in Netherlands. But you cannot give any medicine, no products. You cannot even keep the products in your shop, only for massage. So they downsized the Ayurveda into the massage therapy, and then trying getting into the insurance. So you are fitting, if your leg is too big, then you are, rather than getting a new shoes, you are cutting your leg and putting into the available shoes. Yeah.
But I think the interest of Ayurveda is increasing each and every minute, each and every day.
Yeah, because if we are not doing it, that's why I show all the slides, like the latest imaging technology. They are studying what is the difference of mercury in Vetumar and Guliga and the normal industrial mercury. So they are taking images and to see which electron is paired in which part and what is it all. This is the level the science is developing. The network pharmacology, they are really explaining. Look at the Triphala, the image of Triphala, and there is no more lines to connect. No, you think about network pharmacology of Chyawanprash, there won't be any space to draw the lines. So they have to use maybe 5 supercomputers to analyze Chyawanprash, not even one. So those kind of things will be there. So I think it's getting late, and thanks a lot for this opportunity, and really sorry for taking more time.
No, definitely. It's wonderful actually to talk with you, and also your experience and expertise in each and every sector of Ayurveda in European countries as well as in US. So we are also very much honored actually to have. Unfortunately, there was only 100 people we could fit in this program. I don't know why it happened like that. Otherwise, we would have expected more than 200, 250 people. So just apologize actually for you and for Dr. Pirk, Dr. Pirk as well as the other people. So once again, we are thanking from the behalf of AMA Thrissur District Committee and all the other participants as well. Dr. Smita Joji, and shall we conclude, Dr. Hema Malini? I think she is there.
Yeah, of course.
Wind up. Okay. Thank you very much for being with us, and hope you enjoyed each and every session of it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.